Hi, I'm Jacob. I play Thandrel in D&D Down Under.
Hi, I'm the other Jacob.
We use so many names.
I'm the other Jacob. I play Hex, the Warlock. Oh, that's right. And this is the Upkeep.
So we have a new format here on the Upkeep. We're going to be talking about both episodes 14 and 16. And we're going to be trying this out to see if we can sort of remove some of the fluff that happens in episodes that don't have a lot of talking points. And yeah, we're just constantly evolving this way of doing our recordings, trying to make everything a little bit more clean and concise.
What do you think the angle of the King's Squire was?
Honestly, I think it was a dick.
Yeah, it's not far off.
I think that was his entire angle. I think he was just being a dick for the sake of being a dick. Probably one of the people with more of a, colourful outlook on race.
Yeah, it's just like a
and
particular...
So he saw three of us, an elf, a drow, and a tiefling, and thought, you know what, we can make him do extra. I think that was all it was.
It could also be that he's trying to clean up something. Because do you think it was a bit odd that it was the Squire that kind of coaxed us into it?
Not really. I wouldn't expect the Lord or the King or anyone of that stature to come and see us themselves. They'd send the Squire.
It was either that or... Well, at least my first impression was it was either that or he was trying to get extra credit with the King.
Maybe.
Like, because it was him who handled it.
Hey, I got them to do this extra stuff.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Very possibly. Yeah, no, I think it was malicious. I think it was, and you know what? I made sure that he paid for it.
Yeah, it really didn't go his way.
Yeah, he got to clean up all of the crap that we left behind from there.
I hope he got like a little brush and he had to
toothbrush. Toothbrush right in the grout.
Yeah.
Didn't ask if there was any grout or if it was just like big pieces of stone.
Oh well, that's for him.
Interesting. Would you like to try the pulled pork croissants that we had at the Short-Tempered Dining?
Absolutely.
Yeah? I was told that they weren't the best, though. So, like, I don't know, man. It's like asking if I would rather, go to Coles, get some croissants there, or go to insert restaurant when I know that there's on the table that I could just go to France. I'm 100% just gonna go to Coles every time until I go traveling to France.
I mean, that's a fair outlook.
Yeah, that's honestly that's all I have to say on that matter. They weren't genuine. The genuine ones are the ones from my character's hometown or home continent. I don't remember if it's a continental thing.
Maybe a 50-50?
Yeah.
It's like the only thing that actually is on that island, so it's like, oh, we'll just call it the same thing.
No, I think they're just bakers there. I haven't actually gone into that yet. So all I know is that he said, oh yeah, they're like what you used to have at home. I was like, oh damn.
Mystery.
Yeah. So, funnily enough, I actually used that as the basis for taking a moment to kind of forget to order food for Gerald. Because I was like, okay, well, I've just been told that they do, like, proper croissants here. Like, what I used to have back home. I'm like, damn, give me some of that. And just, my mind went.
Fortunately, you were disappointed. Very. When do you think Kashmir will have her fill of telling people she's a barbarian?
I don't think she will. If there's something that I've learned about Maddie as a player, it's that when she gets something in her head, she just follows it to the ends of the earth.
Ooh.
And no. It's great for roleplay. It is fantastic. But I'm pretty sure in the last campaign we used to just refer to ourselves by our class. and we just kind of took it as is. So I think she kind of got into that habit, and now she's like, yeah, I'm a barbarian. Yeah. And because we've sort of looked at it and said, you know what, it's probably not how it would work in a real world scenario, they're classes so that we can pick from them and do something different with our characters. She's now taken it as, okay, I'm specifically a barbarian or a fighter or a sorcerer or a druid. Like, it's not these lumped together classes.
It's a habit that when you get into it's hard to get out of, but
very much.
It can lead to good and funny situations.
It can. It could also just lead to us sitting there going, what are you talking about? Until she realizes where she's gone. So, I don't know. I enjoy it. I don't know if the rest of the people do.
It'll probably kick in eventually, and I probably it too.
Probably. So. She'll get there. How do you think traveling to the north will be?
Ooh. That is a good question. With what we've had so far, I feel like we've been pretty lucky.
Do you think we're going to encounter a Yeti at like nightfall in this
most
town?
Likely, because it's had a habit of coming like nearly every day, every night, and I don't think it's gonna stop.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think it's the same Yeti?
Probably.
Yeah.
We haven't had an inclination that there's more than one Yeti.
We also haven't had any inclination that there isn't.
Exactly.
We've only actually seen one period. I'm pretty sure that my group in the first campaign never ever encountered a Yeti. I don't know if yours did.
I don't think we ever went to a cold area.
There you go. So it could be that there's only one. It could be that there's entire tribes of these things.
Oh, lovely. That's a lovely thought.
Well, I mean, it could be cool. I had a nice interaction with it.
Yeah, a friendly one.
Externally, I did anyway.
Yeah. Oh god. When I was hearing about the description, I was like, "Oh god!" I had no idea what it was, and I was scared.
All right then. Once we've dealt with this, how do you think the rest of the trip's going to go? Because we have a couple more towns that we have to stop by on our way up there.
Oh, I thought it was just like, after this, it was a couple of days of just travel, but...
Well, no, the next town is going to be the main town that this smaller place we're at is kind of lumped in together with.
Ah, okay.
That's why the guards have left.
Mm.
They've gone back to the main town where they kind of, where the main guard barracks are and where they're sent on patrol down to this town.
Mm.
So,
I suppose we'll see. Hopefully, when we deal with this situation, or don't, depending on how it goes, and then go to the next town, we can get some better camping supplies.
Hopefully, that's it. You reckon? We do with this here, and then we just have a straight shot through.
Hopefully. Realizing we didn't have tents was a good indication that, oh yeah, that's right.
Look, I considered it, but then going by what my character's been portraying this whole time, I'm an old man, I don't carry my own shit. You were lucky I brought back your pack for you.
What do you think is going to happen when Nightfall happens next session?
Okay, I don't think it's a Yeti.
Ooh. Do you have any inclination of what it could be?
I don't know what it is. I'm fairly certain it's either not a Yeti or not the same Yeti. Because we were a significant distance away from that town. We saw it twice, and apparently it attacked the village in the same night.
Oh yeah, fair, because I did think for a little while there that the trip between the town and where we were was a lot shorter. And I remembered it's like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And it visited us like twice.
And I mentioned that to Dylan too. And do you remember what his response was?
Yeah.
It runs fast.
It does run fast.
It might run fast, but I don't think it runs 6 hours fast. 6 hours in a half-hour period fast.
Mm. So, who knows, we might see a couple Yetis, we might not see any Yetis at all.
Yeah, so I don't think it is a Yeti. Personally.
And you gotta wonder what it is.
Yes, that is the next point. I guess that's why we kind of do reconnaissance before we
watch what it's doing.
Allow ourselves to get into its sights.
So and decide whether or not we're going to deal with it.
Yes. If we're fighting in the next session, and it looks like we're not going to be able to win the fight, what is your plan of action?
Ooh.
How far will you go?
Well, when you say like that we're not winning, is it like we're down or we're starting to get low? What do you?
Either or. How did you think of it at first?
We were downed. Like similar to the situation before, like in the bandit one was like another one, like Dylan went down and then you went down.
Yeah.
Go back up, but that's a different one. And then the other one where we went down. It's rough to say because you don't know how the creature Yeti maybe will react.
Well, it's been pretty aggressive thus far, right? It's already killed multiple people.
It doesn't seem to be the type that's going to relent. But I mean, if it's clear, I'd probably just try and run and regroup.
All right. If we manage to kind of just escape back inside and we, survive the fight, would you consider leaving town?
Probably.
And just leaving them to deal with it by themselves.
Because personally, myself,
you as Hex.
Yeah, there's kind of two thought process that I have to try and go over. Me personally, I really just want to leave. This is not the situation I want to deal with. They're fine, probably. Hex though, he's still on the fence. Like he's not particularly saying we should leave them. He's suggesting that we should help, but not get killed.
Because that's something I'm kind of curious about. Like, where would Hex fall in that? You've kind of shown yourself to always be kind of jovial about things, regardless of what the situation is. So would you just be like, haha, we can't fight this thing, bye? Yeah. Or would you...
It would most likely go along that track. He'd try.
Yeah.
Because his moral compass is pretty neutral at the point. It's like,
yeah.
I'll help you if I can try, but if it's going to be too much, I probably won't.
You just book it. Fair.
If it's not a Yeti, what do you think it's going to be in theory? Just a theory.
Okay, so let's look at the facts that we know. It's got paws that it uses as a weapon because there's claw marks everywhere.
Yeah.
It's strong enough to break its hand through boarded up windows and or doors and to crush someone's skull in its hand.
Yeah.
It's strong enough to rip people in half. I mean, I don't know, man.
Me neither.
I think it's gonna be bigger than the Yeti that we encountered. I think it's gonna be bigger, but I don't think it's gonna be like huge size. I think it's gonna be a large size creature, but I have no idea what I think it's gonna be.
Because the other things is it's displayed curiousness, but it's really aggressive.
Well, the Yeti displayed curiousness.
Don't Yetis usually like scream or because they're
I'm not 100% about screaming
because
like,
you can hear them like
a howl kind of thing.
Yeah. I wonder if they do it.
I can't remember about that. I do know that they're very much, as long as they're not feeling threatened, they won't attack. Which is the reason why in the session, when it was 15 foot from me, I kind of just stood my ground. You didn't move, but didn't appear aggressive to it.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to compare it to a real life animal, but I can't really think. A gorilla's like close. Just don't
maybe. It's kind of like when you've got like a medium-sized dog that's like staring you down. If you like turn and run, it'll chase you. Yeah. Or if you give it reason to think that you're trying to attack it, it'll try and attack you back. Yeah. If you just stand there and go, what? And it'll just, it'll keep barking at you, but it'll just stay where it is. Oh. But, there is another thing that I was just thinking, which is, are we actually going to be able to fight it?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm kind of hoping this observation is going to help us figure out.
Hopefully we're going to be able to get a good look at it and kind of be in the same vicinity, like we're not spread between 3 rooms when we find it and then have to kind of come up with a plan on the fly. It's going to be weird.
I was guessing that we'd be in either all in like one room or two rooms.
Because I think we bought all 3 rooms.
I think we did.
Well, we bought. We've taken all 3 rooms.
Yeah.
So whether or not we're all going to be separated beforehand, considering that we're going to this guards tower to suss that out, and so we're not going to be getting a long rest before nightfall. Like, we might get like a short rest, but I don't think everyone's getting a long rest beforehand.
If I remember correctly, we were there around mid-morning.
Yeah.
The guard house shouldn't take too long, and then if we rest afterwards.
Shouldn't take too long, but if we're going to investigate, we're going to take time.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on when the creature decides to make its
I guess, yeah. Well, sunset's at 6, and it's been getting there just after sunset. So
earliest it's been was like an hour?
I think it was an hour or 2 hours or something. Yeah. So we're currently already running out of time, the way I see it.
I wonder if the Yeti stopping at the tree line has to do with anything.
Well, that's kind of why I don't think it's a Yeti as well. It stopped at the tree line, and it watched us the whole time. Even while it was stealthed. Like, I managed to see it because I nearly threw my dice in the wrong dice tray.
Good.
But, like, all it did was watch us. Even if I hadn't seen it, I don't think it would have attacked us because we were just walking.
Yeah.
And we weren't disturbing the surroundings. We weren't looking for it. We weren't acting aggressively.
Another thing, they're masters that like hiding and stuff, and don't usually get aggressive until they're like seen or found.
Yeah.
Yet all these random people like manage to see them.
But they're getting attacked without doing anything to it as well. They're getting attacked while they're just wandering around.
Yeah, they're doing things like they get going to the bathroom. So that's another thing. Is like, is it a Yeti just getting startled, or is it something else?
That's where my thought pattern's coming from. I don't think it is one. Okay, last question. What do you think Kashmir's map leads to?
Ooh, I'm not too sure. My best guess is it could be because what I can tell is like her background is father's a criminal or something. Someone that's
she said that to us. Yeah.
So it's probably something to do with like a score or something. Maybe maybe he's been hunting down treasure, or maybe it's a code. It could be a couple of things. Best guess is like it's a treasure map to
something that they were trying to find.
Yeah. Whether that be like money, artifact, weapons, drugs.
I'm not going to answer that question because I know a little bit about her backstory and heard about the map while she was talking about it. So I'm not going to answer that. I don't know exactly what it is.
But
I have more of a...
You have a more of an educated...
Yeah, I have a more educated guess that I can make, and I don't want to...
You don't want to be...
I don't want to open up those floodgates for you, and I just want you to be able to find out.
It's all good.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's all the time we've got for tonight. Thanks for joining me here at the Upkeep.
Can't wait to see you guys next week.
Absolutely.
And, hope we manage to survive this situation.
I certainly hope so. So you can find us at Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, all at ReadySetRoll_Oz. We stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays between the podcast and the 2 games that we play at 8:30. And you can find some of our players who stream on Twitch. They're still getting schedules up to date, but once they go live, they are at M_Blazer. And The Chosen Dolan. We have a few more projects coming up that we're
excited
hoping to get going sooner rather than later. But them still being in the works, we're still working towards it.
Fingers crossed that everything goes well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
See you next time.
Bye.